So lately, been having a bunch of people flowing into town, arriving, and after about the first day or two of being here, they're kind of sitting stuck in their hotel room, bored, without anything to do. And so what happens next is they're sending me a message or an email saying, "Hey, are you busy? Can we hang out? What's happening in the city? What's going on? Are there any events? Are there any activities in the area? What can I get into?" And for me, for the most part, I'm pretty booked up, between work and dealing with the kids and family stuff. By the time I have some free time, I'm just trying to stay home, watch my shows on Netflix, and just kind of relax. So in this video, I'm going to kind of outline 10 things that you can do while you're out on an exploratory trip, whether it's in Mexico or whatever country you're considering moving to. Number one, the first thing you should do really, honestly, is stay away from all the touristy stuff. If you decide to move here, that stuff will always be here. This is more of an exploratory trip for you to determine whether or not this is a place you're going to want to live. And hanging out at the tourist spots, man, really is just going to suck up your money. It's going to suck up your time. And this is not a vacation. This is an exploratory trip for you to get all the data, do your research, and so that you can make an informed decision on whether or not this is the spot. Number two, ideally at this point, you may want to go check out different neighborhoods, different areas to get a feel of the city, determine which side of town you want to live on, and that might take a while. So depending on how long you're here for, you probably want to spend a lot of your time just kind of doing that. Ideally, you would have already done all the research and looked at some maps prior to arriving here. So you should already have those areas or neighborhoods jotted down on a paper that you want to go visit based on feedback you got from other folks from places like, for example, Facebook groups. Facebook groups for the city that you're considering living in or moving to is a great place to get feedback and ideas from folks that are actually living in these different areas. So you should have a short list so that, again, once you arrive here, you already know exactly where you're going. This is typically not something you want to do after you get here. You kind of want to know the answer to that prior to arriving. Number three, so ideally, one of the things people really enjoy doing is looking at houses or looking at apartments or townhouses. So while you're here, this is a good opportunity to go check out houses so you can get an idea of what you can get for your budget. So if your range is, let's say you got a range of $300 to $400 a month or $800 to $900 a month, you can reach out to some real estate agents and go look at properties, or particularly, for example, in Mexico, you can go in the Facebook marketplace and pull up some properties based on your budget and just reach out to the owners directly and schedule a viewing. So that way you can get an idea of what you can get for your money. Ideally, if you have a few different areas, if you narrow down the neighborhoods you like to live in, you got a short list, ideally look at one or two apartments or homes from the different neighborhoods, because the price the price difference could be pretty drastic. So definitely want to check out housing in different neighborhoods so you can see, because, for example, in the north where I stay at, in the north part of Merida, homes tend to be much more expensive versus, say, on the east side, the west side, or the south side. You can get a whole lot more house for the same money. So it's worth your time to go out there, investigate, and check that out. Number five, man, check this out. A lot of folks, their medical insurance or the dental insurance ain't the best in the States. So if you're needing to get some teeth work done, go to the dentist. Go get the x-rays, get your teeth cleaned, all of that. Again, you're gonna get a great price compared to what you would pay in the United States. And it also allows you the opportunity to get an idea how things work, start interacting with some of the local service providers. So go see a dentist, go see a doctor. See, whatever type of doctor that you're seeing in the States, see if you can find the same doc here, book an appointment, pay, and go check them out. And just so, again, your goal here is just to kind of fully throw yourself in just to see if this is something that you can handle. The sooner you can kind of dig into that and get a real feel for things or what things would be like, the more realistic picture that you will have of what life can be like here. If you're struggling doing that while you're here and you're like, oh my God, this is too much for me, I'm overwhelmed, you might decide, hey, maybe I need to go find an English-speaking country, and versus say a Spanish-speaking country where you don't know the language, and particularly if you're not willing to learn the language, you know what I mean? Because it can be a frustrating thing for most folks. So get involved in the local community and actively pursue different services so that you can see what it's really going to be like. Don't just hang out in those tourist areas where all the people are English-speaking folks, but actually get in there and try some of this stuff. Number 5, go get your eyes checked. Many of the opticians out here, optometrists out here, when you want to go get your eye exam checked, it's free. Don't charge you for an eye exam, particularly if you're going to end up buying some glasses from that place. So if you haven't had your eyes checked out, go ahead and do it while you're here, and get some glasses. Again, most of the U.S. healthcare insurance might not cover glasses, or it just might be too much for you to pay out of pocket. But here you can come get some. My daughter and I went and got an eye exam, both of us. I got 2 pairs of glasses. This is one of the glasses, and she got a 9-month supply of contact lenses, and that was like $99. I mean, 2 sets of glasses, 9 months of contact lenses and cleaning solution, $99 eye exam for both. So do that while you're here. Again, jump in, go all the way in, and try this stuff out. Number 6, find some classes or hobbies or things of interest and join these things while you're here, or at least go investigate it. Now again, prior to arriving, you should already have a list of stuff that you're into, so you already know. You don't want to get here and try and figure all this stuff out. You want to get here and hit the ground running. So, for example, if you're into sewing, take a sewing class. You know what I mean? Get an idea of what it's going to be like. Want to learn karate? Go take a class. Just jump in there and see what it's going to be like, because it's going to be your reality once you get here. The most important thing is you need to be doing something, because again, I see a lot of folk that lock themselves up in their room or they're in the house and they're bored to death, and they just don't have anything to do, and before you know it, they're going back home because they feel isolated and they're alone. If you're into painting or sculpturing, I mean, there's classes out here, there's schools out here for that, and go register, take a class. Again, if you're here for a few weeks, take a class for a few weeks. If you're only here for a week, just take one class. The goal here is just to kind of get a feel of the thing. If you've always wanted to learn how to fly airplanes, they got some pilot schools here. I mean, you can go get your license here and all of that. Go investigate it. Go check it out. Go find out what it's going to be like, or what the curriculum is all about, how much it costs. Physically go to the school and talk to the folks there. Also, while you're here, might as well jump in a Spanish class or 2, you know what I mean? Take a class for 1 or 2 days, or a 2 or 3 hour class. Just go. I want you to experience the whole thing. You can't experience it just talking about it and just thinking about it and wondering about it, but physically go check it out. Number seven, I know a lot of folks are concerned about their medicines, whether or not the medicines are here. Can they get them filled and all of that? So many medications here, particularly in Mexico. I know in Colombia, most medications you don't need a prescription for. You just literally go to the pharmacy, let them know what you need, and they hand it to you right over the counter. Like in the States, you drop your prescription off and then you got to come back an hour or 2 later. Nope, here, you walk straight up to the counter and you walk right out the door with your stuff. So this is a good opportunity for you to come out here, check out your medications, see if they're here. And if they're not, connect with a physician. You can go to one of the pharmacy docs. Generally, many of the pharmacies here will have a doctor in the building next door for about $3. You can go in there and find out what the alternative medication would be. and that way you can get the price, get the name and the pricing for the medication. So if that's a concern of yours while you're here, check out and see if your medications are here, find out how much it costs, and that way you have a better idea of whether or not you need to bring a bunch of medication with you, or if they already got it here, you're all good. Number 8, find a church. I know a lot of folks here have been reaching out asking, do they have churches here, English-speaking churches, bilingual churches? And the short answer is yes, but you're gonna have to kind of dig deep and find them. Reach out to folks in Facebook groups, or just kind of get in here and do the research yourself. And once you come, go to one of the services, go to a bilingual, go to the service. And if you can't find a bilingual church, or a non-English speaking church, then go to the Spanish speaking church. You know what I mean? They got Mormons here, they got Seventh-day Adventists here, Jehovah's Witnesses out here, Latter-day Saints folks are out here, the Catholic churches out here. They got a little bit of everything out here. And so even if they don't have an English speaking church or a bilingual speaking church, go to the denomination of your choice and just go. You know what I mean? You're coming to a country where Spanish is the primary language. It's the best way to learn Spanish is to be amongst people that speak Spanish, and full immersion will be happening in that church. So check out a church, go to a service or two while you're here during your visit. Again, you want to see and experience the real deal while you're here. Number 9, go to the beach, relax. You know what I mean? You put in some of the work. Now it's time to go out there on the beach and do what the locals do on the weekend. They can't wait to hit the sea and just lay out in the sun, lay out on the sand, and just have a good time enjoying themselves. So go out there, hang out for a day, treat yourself to a nice margarita, get some fresh seafood, and just chill out and have a good time. And number 10, last but not least, book a telephone consultation with your boy. You know what I mean? Let's sit down, let's get on the phone, let's hammer out your plans, let's plan your trip, and man, let's make this a reality. You're this close to getting that plane, getting on that plane and coming to check out this place, exploring the city, man. It's gonna be fun. There's a lot to do. You're gonna put in the work to make a determination on whether or not this is a place that you wanna go. So, hey, we got a lot of free resources at our website, moveabroadandthrive.com. If you're not a member of our VIP group, I encourage you to join that, moveabroadandthrive.com/VIP. You can join the membership. You can ask me questions directly. I answer questions inside the members area. We host live interviews where you're able to ask guest questions and stuff like that. So go check that out. Also, what else? So again, book a consultation. Let's get on the phone. Let's hammer out your plans. If you're looking for remote work, if you need to find income, check out the website, moveabroadandthrive.com. And thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. And as always, if you find our content helpful, consider making a donation. I got the links on the screen and in the description. Also, moveabroadandthrive.com/donate. Thank you.